everyone, Togavor here, and today we're back for week 2, season 4 of the NPL. I'm sorry I haven't been able to get any normal uploads during the week and just in NPL stuff here. There's a chance that'll change, most likely not, just because school sucks, but I've been on break, but I've been enjoying my break and not doing anything, which is fantastic, except now I've started doing homework again, because break's almost over, but you guys don't care about that. You're here for my week 2 matchup video versus Trev. We'll match up and then team analysis, which we'll be getting to shortly. But anyways, so let's just hop right into it. I'm going to do this the same format I did with Razor, so probably about now you'll have seen how I have things organized on the screen, and you'll see I have his threads broken down through 3 tiers. So tier 1, I have 4 things this game. I have Reuniclus, Kieran Black, Zard Y, and Greninja. So now if you look at my team, I don't really have a ton that deals greatly with Reuniclus. I have a couple things that can knock it out. I have, Volcarona can kill it if it doesn't have Calm Minds up. I'm going to be bringing either Taunt or Encore Gardevoir, which will be able to either stop it or Encore into a setup move. Probably Encore, considering I will be faster. Azumarill can do a lot to it, but the thing is, these kind of threats are really hard to work in on his team, just from the way it's built. A Banded Tracken with X-Scissor could kill it, but at the same time, I'd be banded, and he has things like a Doublade, which easily switch into it. So his team is really built well around Reuniclus. If you wanted to look Reuniclus as a centerpiece to his team, and through the way Trev has been using it, it really has been a centerpiece, and it's been quite effective for him. So I do think it'll be what am I trying to say here? I do think it'll be brought. I think it'll be a big threat. I'll talk in my team analysis about my legitimate strategy that I'm probably going to be using to help deal with it. The next thing is Kieran Black. Now I am gonna I can just say this now. I'm going to be bringing a physically defensive Cresselia. And that can take pretty much anything from Kieran Black. I think even Specs, Kieran Black, Ice Beam is not a guaranteed 2-hit KO after Stealth Rocks, if I'm correct. But he can still do a lot. He could try some shenanigans with Fling Iron Ball. The thing that I'm more conscious of and I think is more likely is him to bring just Ice Beam, Fusion Bolt, because that pretty much hits everything else on my team. And then maybe HP Fire for Scizor, and then just run Toxic to take care of my Cresselia. I see that as his most likely set, and just Toxic it as it switches in, and then hop right out and wear it down. So I have to be cognizant of that and watch out for that. The next big threat is Zard Y, because since I am running physically defensive Cresselia, I can't run a Spadaf Cresselia to try to counter Zard Y. Not that it's really a counter per se, but it takes a max of 50 from I can't remember if it's Timid or Modest Fire Blast, one of the two. I should probably know that, but it does a lot, and that's not good. So I just have to be watching out for that. Sorry for the yawn, kiddos. So my response instead is I'm gonna be running a kind of bulkier Garchomp that can switch into it with a Yachi Berry, which will help deal with Charizard Y, also his Raikou, which you can see on the screen. Kind of a bulky, fast, speedy Garchomp. You'll see that in my team builder. But it can take a few hits from Zard Y and outspeed it and scare it out. So the next tier 1 threat is Greninja. Now, I think possibly the only problem with my team is that it lacks serious speed. And because of that, Greninja is a massive threat. Now, even though Greninja is not Protean, it can still run Gunk Shot. And actually, if you do the calc, to a non-bulky Mega Gardevoir, it OHKOs. Gunk Shot does. And also to Azumarill, I don't think it OHKOs, but it does a lot after Stealth Rocks, and maybe after Stealth Rocks and a Spike, it definitely OHKOs. But as you can see, and besides those two, Water and Ice coverage does a lot to my team unless I decide to bring Registeel. Which actually does decently against his team, but I'm not going to be bringing it. Mainly because it would give something like an Emboar, like his Emboar, which, just speaking of his tier 2 threats, that's top of the list right there. Emboar smacks me. I do have Garchomp, which can, take a few hits from it, but he could always be running HP Ice if I decided to actually run a defensive variant. The other additional thing is that Garchomp is going to be pressured by his Raikou and Zard Y in this match a lot, as I don't want to be switching my other possibly defensive things into them, or my Cresselia, for example. So Ember would actually be a huge threat to my team. I really hope he doesn't bring it because of my Garchomp, which I think is pretty high possibility considering Garchomp deals with it quite well if I did run a Fizz-Def set. Next, I have Tier 2 threats as Raikou. The biggest thing is that I do have 2 ground immunities, Nidoqueen and Garchomp, but I'm only bringing one of them, and again, like, my Garchomp's going to be pressured a lot, and Raikou is a good response to, I mean, it can take out my Azumarill and get momentum for his team, which is just annoying. I don't really see it sweeping me because of the bulk that I do have, and, like, Mega Gardevoir especially can take care of it pretty well. Though it's not really a switch-in, especially to something like a Specs variant, although there's no way I think he brings a Choice variant if he does bring it against me because of double ground types. The next Tier 2 threat is Togekiss, because if he brought something like a Scarf Togekiss, he can flinch me and be a piece of crap. And that's basically it. For Tier 3, I have Blissey, Shaman, and Gastrodon. These things I just don't see being very threatening. For things like Shaman, I have Zapdos and Scizor, both of which are going to come to a match, so I'm not worried about them. And Blissey, it's just a passive Pokemon that doesn't do anything. And Gastrodon, he can't really accomplish much proactively against my team, so I'm not particularly worried about that either. So I'm going to pause this, and I will be back in 1 second for you guys to take a look at my team. Alright, let me just do that real quick. So yeah, you can see this is my team for Trev the King. This is awkward as fuck. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, so yeah, this is what I was telling you about with my Garchomp. This spreads for something. I'm pretty sure it's just so I'm not 2-hit killed by Fire Blast. I could be wrong, I might be 2-hit killed by Fire Blast. But, I do outspeed Charizard Y, even if it's Jolly. Rock Slide kills it. I have Swords Dance. Rock Slide also hits, Togekiss. Earthquake. With this attack investment will always OHKO, even a bulkier Raikou. Yeah, this can do a lot of work to his team, honestly. He doesn't have a ton of good switch-ins to Garchomp, so that'll be cool. Togekiss is probably the best switch-in, so I gotta make sure. I like using the word cognizant a lot, so I have to use it again. That's no bueno. So here's what I was talking about with the Encore Uniclus, max speed, speed tie with Jollyzard. We have Hyper Voice, General hit his team, Encore, Psyshock, hit things like Blissey, and Calm Mind. Now, just so you guys know, I am recording this after the battle. We had our battle earlier than we were planning to. We had it late at night, and I just finished my team, and I was like, YOLO, and I should have switched this to Shadow Ball for Doublade. In my head, I didn't think he was going to bring Doublade, but he ends up bringing Doublade, spoilers, and it becomes a problem for my team. So, should have brought Shadow Ball. Didn't bring Shadow Ball. Sucks to suck. Next, we have Cresselia. This can just straight sweep his team, and so you might be looking at my team and be like, what do you have for a well-played Uniclus besides Encore Guard? The answer is, Calm Mind up with Cresselia, hope he doesn't also have Shadow Ball, and then, pray for crits with Shadow Ball after both +6. That is legitimately, in my strategy, going to be going into this game. Yeah, the reason I have speed on this for a reason, let me look about what, oh, max speed Embor. So I outspeed, well, not max speed Embor, but I outspeed the fastest Embor that he would run, which would be to outspeed a max speed Azumarill. So that way if he does bring Embor and it's not Scarfed, which Scarfed wouldn't do a ton to me, I'd be able to just outspeed it and KO it with Psyshock. That's the reason for the speed on there. Next we have a Life Orb Terrakion. This can do a lot to his team. It can OHKO Gardevoir, or I have Gardevoir, it can OHKO Zard, obviously, with the Stone Edge. It can do a lot to Togekiss. Earthquake can hit Doublade pretty hard. Close Combat in general for Stab. I didn't bring X-Scissor because it's not so much more powerful than Stone Edge, so I just didn't feel the need to. Stone Edge hits 150, X-Scissor hits 160. 10 more base power. That being said, it does always hit. Not the case for Stone Edge, but I decided to go with Quick Attack. That way in case I can, like, take out a Greninja from 30% or Scarf Togekiss. So I think that could end up being useful. Next we have some more priority. We have U-Turn, Bug Bite, Aerial Ace, Bullet Punch. Now this is another case where I should have put Knockoff on this to hit the Doublade, but I didn't because I was convinced he wasn't going to bring it. And this is my best switch into Doublade, and I can like switch into it, but you'll see, yeah. Doublade's a problem, especially if it's rocks up. I don't want to have to be dealing with it with my Zapdos. I have the Occuberry for like an HP fighter with Shaman. Obviously I can't live with Zardwai Fire Blast, but I wouldn't stay in unless I absolutely had to anyway. It's not helpful for Emboar either. I brought Aerial Ace. I should have just brought Knockoff here and trusted my other things for Emboar, but I really wanted it to be cool and like outspeed him and hit him with an Aerial Ace. I thought that'd be fun, but really should have brought Knockoff. You'll see how that bites me in the butt in the battle. Finally, we have Zapdos, which this is mainly set to pass in agility and to something like my Gardevoir or my Terrakion and have it sweep his team, because if either of them were given the speed, they could absolutely take out his team. The problem is they're both stopped by Doublade because I don't have Shadow Ball on this, and Earthquake can't KO Doublade. So you'll see Doublade becomes a huge threat to me because, again, it pressures my Garchomp and my Zapdos, both of which I don't want to be pressured, and that's why it causes an issue. And you'll see that in the gameplay tomorrow. Sorry if I sound frustrated. Doublade frustrated me in the match. But anyways, guys, I'm Tokavor, you're yourself. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, as usual, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.